Good morning, Year 5. My goodness, it is hot out there today, isn't it? Make sure you keep hydrated and you've got your sun cream on. My goodness, I just had to come in because I'm getting a bit hot. Anyway, today we are going to start chapter 10. We left the end of chapter 9 yesterday with Lawrence and Nellie's daughter coming for a visit, and I kind of mentioned that what's the big deal about that, basically? But obviously, the fact that it was at the end of a chapter does make you think. It's a little bit of a cliffhanger. It makes you want to read on. It's the beginning of chapter 10 today. And that's the picture. It looks like a bit of a child's high chair or something. So let's see what's going to happen. Lolly was a lumpy woman who spoke too loudly and who wore too much lipstick. She entered the house and immediately spotted Edward sitting in the living room couch. "What's this?" she said. She put down her suitcase and picked Edward up by one foot. She held him upside down. "That's Susanna," said Nellie. "Susanna?" shouted Lolly. She gave Edward a shake. His dress was up over his head and he could see nothing. Already he'd formed a deep and abiding hatred for Lolly. "Your father found her," said Nellie. "She came up in a net and she didn't have no clothes on her, so I made her some dresses." "Have you gone skivvy?" shouted Lolly. "Rabbits don't need clothes." "Well," said Nellie. Her voice shook. "This one seemed to." Lolly tossed Edward back onto the couch. He landed face down with his arms over his head and his dress still over his face, and he stayed that way through dinner. Don't think he'd be very happy about that, would he? "Why have you got out that old high chair?" shouted Lolly. "Oh, don't pay it no mind," said Nellie. "Your father was just gluing on a missing piece, wasn't you, Lawrence?" "That's right," said Lawrence, without looking up from his plate. Show not tell there. Of course, after dinner, Edward did not go outside and stand beneath the stars to have a smoke with Lawrence, and Nellie, for the first time since Edward had been with her, did not sing him a lullaby. In fact, Edward was ignored and forgotten about until the next morning, when Lolly picked him up again and pulled his dress down away from his face and stared at him in the eye. "Got the old folks bewitched, don't you?" said Lolly. "I heard the talk in town, that they've been treating you like a rabbit child." Edward stared back at Lolly. Her lipstick was bright and bloody red. He felt a cold breeze blow through the room. "Was the door open somewhere?" "Well, don't you fool me," she said. She gave him a shake. "We'll be taking a trip together, you and me." Holding Edward by the ears, Lolly marched into the kitchen and shoved him face down in the garbage can. "Ma," Lolly shouted, "I'm taking the truck. I'm going to head on out and do some errands." "Ah," came Nellie's tremulous voice. "That's wonderful, dear. Goodbye, then." "Goodbye," thought Edward as Lolly hauled the garbage can out to the truck. "Goodbye," called Nellie again, louder this time. Edward felt a sharp pain somewhere deep inside his china chest. For the first time, his heart called out to him. It said two words: Nellie, Lawrence. That's the end of chapter 10. Okay. Quite a lot of tension building in this book, isn't there? Of wanting to find out what happens next. I can imagine it being one of those books that you could start reading and finish it in quite a short amount of time. So that's today's chapter. A nice short one again for you. We're going to be having a look today, obviously, at the new character, Lolly, that we found out, and maybe the situation that Edward may or may not end up in now that he has been popped in the garbage can and taken to good knows where. But that we will find out on Monday. Okay, so have a wonderful weekend. Oh no, it won't be Monday. Is it will be Monday? Is it bank holiday? No, it's half term. Oh, okay. You won't find out on Monday then. You'll be finding out after half term. So I'll be back, not next Monday, but the Monday after to carry on our story. Sorry, you can very much tell that I don't know what day it is really in lockdown. But yes, have a wonderful half term in that case. Let's hope the sunshine stays out. Get in that exercise, make sure you're feeling good, and fingers crossed we'll be able to see each other very soon. Okay? Sending you all my love. Bye.